Something big is going to happen just 5 days before Trump takes office. A meeting of 70 nations will be held in Paris to arrange the final draft of a two-state solution. What is strange about the meeting is that neither Israel nor Palestine will be present. The convention was made possible by Barack Obama and his vote of abstention at the UN. While it isn't clear at this point whether Obama will lead the Paris event, it does appear that a delegation of Americans, including John Kerry, will be involved with the effort to forge a two-state solution. Without a doubt, the January 15th date was intentional to avoid Trump, who clearly does not support Palestinian statehood, and the division of Jerusalem. Those gathered at the Paris Convention will have to sign a treaty by January 19th. Otherwise, it won't have crucial American support behind it. In previous videos, I've reviewed a book called Lord of the World. The novel was written in 1907 by a sickly man named Robert Benson. Pope Benedict XVI called it prophetic, while Pope Francis encouraged people on at least 2 occasions to read it. In one of his speeches, Francis claimed the book portrayed the transition of the world to the, quote, globalization of hegemonic uniformity. He is right, although he neglects to tell you that this globalization of uniformity is reached through violence, death, and destruction. The book mentions several people and events that are happening right now on the world stage. The novel is plot-driven and involves some unusual characters. Julian Felsenburg, a 33-year-old U.S. Senator, Freemason Grand Master, and charismatic speaker, who takes the world by storm. He appears to be the Antichrist character of the Bible, one who promises a golden era of humanity, but ultimately delivers death to all those who oppose him. His particular hatred is reserved for Christians, who he orders to be killed if they do not renounce their faith in the God of Scripture. Felsenburg's New World religion is a bizarre combination of Mother Goddess worship and Freemasonry. In one scene, he unveils a statue of Mother Goddess for his audience. They go into a trance and begin to worship her. A character named Father Francis, a former official in the Roman Catholic Church, is the one who introduces Felsenburg at the ceremony. Francis becomes one of the foremost leaders of Felsenburg's New World religion. In December of 2015, we saw a major convention happen in Paris concerning the fabricated hoax, also known as man-made climate change. Almost every country in the world signed on to a binding treaty requiring all participants to reduce greenhouse gases. But there were some who believed that the treaty had an alternate motive. As we found out, Pope Francis might have been the strongest participant behind the initiative, despite the fact that the Vatican did not have voting status at this convention. And now we see another treaty coming together in Paris with the backing of 70 countries. This time it is Obama who appears to be pulling the last-minute strings. It is unprecedented for a sitting president in his final days to preside over such a massive undertaking. Yet Obama will do so. In Lord of the World, Felsenburg leads an American delegation to Paris to lay the foundation of a peace accord. It is at this time that Europe is filled with violence, demonstrations, rioting, and death. Persecution of the Christian West spreads to every country in Europe. Felsenburg mediates the peace and strikes a deal with many nations, but it's a fabrication, merely a tool that enables him to concentrate his power. He targets the Roman Catholic Church as the final obstacle to his power grab. The last pope, named Sylvester, is made pontiff after Rome is destroyed and the College of Cardinals nearly collapses. The remaining members of the Roman Catholic Church escape to the one place on earth that isn't under the dictatorship of U.S. Senator and President of the world Julian Felsenburg, and that is Israel. Pope Sylvester and his small group of loyalists hide in Nazareth, attempting to escape persecution, but it doesn't work. The President of the world invades Israel with the support of European nations. Meanwhile, Europe is hit with climate change, earthquakes, and major heat spells. The novel ends with Armageddon and the firebombing of Nazareth, ultimately killing the Pope. But it is the Paris Treaty that brings Julian Felsenburgh into a state of totalitarian control. Felsenburgh is the one who brokers peace with many countries in the midst of rumors of wars and chaos that has broken out in Europe. Now we see an exact same situation happening in Paris, involving many countries coming together to discuss the Holy Lands. Except neither Israel nor Palestine will be there. And Obama will have an integral role in this, leading an American delegation, including John Kerry and Samantha Power. We will see how this all pans out, but it is odd that such a massive convention of leaders would be organized just 5 days before Trump comes into office, as an obvious attempt to keep him out of it. This appears to be a binding resolution as well, and can't be reversed by the United States.